Sometimes you look at your baseboard and you might see, I got just the tip here, and I'm just going to wipe off a little bit here. I got too much on there. Right there, I'm not sure what happened, because the line's not crisp. Okay, I don't think I even have to cut that back in with the paintbrush. It was just a little on the base. I think that's good enough there. And then if you're going to use a sponge and rag, or a wet sponge, make sure you rinse it out each time, because you don't want that paint to dry in your sponge in the corners and stuff. But like I say, if you don't have a nice crisp edge on your baseboard, okay, that top edge is going to be hard to cut it in. You try it, you'll see what I'm talking about. And then sometimes the light is different. The lighting's different. You might get a shadow down there. Your eyes are squinting. Your eyes can get tired after a while. You see how I'm putting some paint up high where the paint roller's missing, where it stopped, and I'm just doing that a little bit. Now I'm going to go back and cut in down there. Cut it in. That looks good. There's just a couple little spots right there. Boom. Blend it in. See where I've left off. And slide me down. Now, painters, professional painter, he probably put more paint on his paintbrush and do a section from here down to here in one go. You know, he might use a 2.5 inch paintbrush. And this is only a 2 inch paintbrush. Okay. 2.5, obviously, you're going to have more paint you can hold on it. But see, if you put it, you get some, load it up your paintbrush, get it on the wall, back and forth, because you gotta blend in from where your paint roller stopped anyways. There, I got a lot on there. Go back and forth. Now you're taking it all off of the edges. Now you can go back down low. Okay? That. Back and forth, go down low. I see a little hole there. I'm going to go that way. It's still not covered. I'm going to go like that. It's a pinhole. I'm going to wiggle my brush. Boom. That pinhole is gone. Is anybody ever going to see that pinhole? Maybe not. But when you're painting, you see all kinds of stuff when you're down and dirty, right down next to it with your face. You know? Okay, take it up high, blend it in on the wall, do it some more, get it off the edge of your paintbrush. Now go back down there and cut it in. Back and forth, go down and cut it in. Back and forth, go down and cut it in. Go back the other way where the spray texture was and it wasn't covering, and boom, I got it. Okay? Repetition, that's all it is. You don't have to be a painter. You don't have to call a painter and have them charge you an arm and a leg because you don't know how to cut in. You know? And if you're going to try to, I'll just use masking tape. I don't know how to cut in, but I'm just going to use masking tape. That looks too hard, Joe. Don't do it. First off, there's no way you're going to get a perfect line with masking tape. I don't care. And your line is only as straight as your masking tape. And then once you put your masking tape on, you might think, oh, I'll just slap the paint on there. You get too much of a paint ridge, you pull the masking tape off, and it peels your paint off the wall. Or you put your masking tape on, and you've got some spray texture behind the masking tape, and it doesn't want to fold down nice and tight. You know, there's many reasons why the masking tape is just not really gonna be your best friend when it's ready to do cut-in. It's way better just to do it this way. Crack me up. I even have some professional painters. They painted our house. And he's like, I'm gonna paint everything with the spray red. I said, you are? You're not gonna use a roller? No, I'm gonna spray. I said, well, you gotta mask everything off. When you paint the walls, you have to mask off the base. When you are done with the walls and you paint the base, you gotta put your masking tape nice and straight right along there and then paint your baseboard. Well, I don't, and same thing, your lines, that's your ceiling, you know, and there's all kinds of places where the lines aren't perfect because your ceilings aren't going to be perfectly flat. There's going to be dips, there's going to be crowns, there's going to be all kinds of stuff on your inside corners. And if you don't put that masking tape on 100% perfect, your line is never going to be 100% perfect, is it? And I can pick that place apart and show you all kinds of imperfections with them putting masking tape up. They're professional painters. Now see, there's some holes there, so I'm going this way, covers it up, back and forth, go back, line it up. I mean, you'd be surprised. You may think, I can't do a straight line like that, Joe. Well, you get the right type of paintbrush with the angle on there, and this is just a little one, no long handle. And it kind of has a rubbery end, so I can kind of contour it in my hand. And it actually works. It works out pretty good. This is the first time on this job that I've decided to use this brush, because I usually use a 2.5 inch cut-in paintbrush. But it's getting a little old and tired, and it still works pretty good. But I thought, I was at the Home Depot and I saw this and I thought, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a whirl. And it's working out really good. See how I have to keep going over it because there's spray texture on there. And it just takes a little bit of doing. But you just have some patience. If you want to get this thing done in a couple hours and you don't have any patience, this is not going to be for you. Newsflash. You probably already know that. See, now I gotta wiggle that because there's some little indentations and they're gone. Kaboom. Gonzo. And now I've got to be careful when I go around the corner because this is bullnose trim on the sheetrock. It's not square, pointy, outside corners. And so I've got to just take my time because if I go too fast, I'm going to hit the base. I'm going to hit the base as I'm going around the curve on it. Okay, there. This is that. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks pretty straight to me. Let's just show you. Get around this corner here. And I'm just gonna take my time. Hey, today it's all about me painting baseboard. I got no care in the world. My only job is to worry about this base. Okay? That's it. I got it there. Wiggle that. Haven't even gotten around the corner yet, but that's okay. And you don't have to put the whole thing on there. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of that off, and I'm only going to use just that little bit and curve it around. Curve it. Take it up here, slide it down. I'm just sliding the paintbrush down. See there? I just slid the paintbrush right down to where I wanted it. Get you over here now. See, I'm still working from left to right. Get most of the paint off of there. Got a little bit of paint on there. We'll just do a little bit like that. Now I'm going to come down and see where I need to be. Right there. Boom. See there? I mean, how much straighter do you want it? My word. I couldn't get it any straighter than that with masking tape if I wanted. I'm done. See? Look at that. Okay. Now I have to do that. Well, I can't go from left to right there, can I? I'm going to have to do that a little bit differently. I'm going to have to go from right to left. I'm over in here. Hopefully you'll be able to kind of see this. So I kind of like this little piece of cardboard, because before I was trying to pick it up and slide it. I don't need much paint on here, do I? You see, I've got an inside corner here. What am I going to do with an inside corner? First off, hardly any paint. I'm going to kind of try to come in here at an angle, 45-degree angle, like that, with the tip. See there? Now I can raise that up. Do it again. Wiggle it to get that paint on there. Come up. I hope my hat wasn't in the way when I did that. Here, let's try this like that. Get it in there, wiggle it, come up. Now see, there's a little bit that's missing right in there. I just put a little bit of paint on the tip. Now I can go down the other way. See? Clean that up right there, like that. I only want a little bit of paint on here. I don't want to have to spooge it all on here. Now see, I still have a little bit to go. I'm just going to get a little on there, wipe my tip off, put it in there, and curve it around there. See, there's a little bit of white showing there. I'm just going to kind of wiggle that, wiggle. There. Yeah, it takes a little bit of doing. Yep. Just there. That's good. Oh yeah. The things that make me excited. Okay, there you go. He's being a painter. If you've been with me, I've been painting the wall down to the top edge of the baseboard. I've already painted the baseboards before, and I wasn't too concerned if I got a little bit of that white paint of the baseboard onto the wall. See all the way along there? Look at that. See? I didn't really care about that because I'm going to come back and paint that. And that's what this video is about. Okay? You want to see me do that, stick around.